Hey everyone, Zeta here. Still on vacation, but I'll be back very soon. But I wanted to show off this puzzle from early in the channel's history by Playmaker called RPG The Enigmatic Trio. So you may know I'm a very big fan of ambiguity puzzles. That is, puzzles where there's some clues in the grid and you don't know which it is. So in this case, the RPG are the three constraints: the Renbon line, the parody line, and the German Whispers line. And so you don't know which type each line is until you work it through and figure out exactly how everything works. I think this is a really excellent execution on this idea. I really enjoy puzzles like this, and I wish there were more of them. I've done a number of them on stream, but they're not that common. I think it's worth giving this puzzle a go. It's not extremely difficult by comparison to some of the puzzles we do on the channel, so you may have some luck. And you can always check the video and see if you miss something, so I recommend that. I'd like again to thank our patrons who support us on Patreon, help keep the channel going. If you want to become a patron and you want to help keep the channel going, go to patreon.com/Zetamath, and all the details will be available there. Be sure to like the video if you like the video. And soon we'll have details about YouTube memberships, which will come up very soon. We're getting some emotes and stuff made for that. So I hope you enjoy those. More details once it's available. I believe this is the third video going up. So if you're seeing this now, that means I'll be back to streaming again for you really soon. So I look forward to seeing you all. I'm sure I miss you all very much by this point. But have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you in chat soon. Up next, let's do another puzzle that I was warned in advance would be difficult, but let's do it anyway. So this is an ambiguity puzzle, I think. This is by Playmaker, by the way, who's in the chat, so everyone wave to Playmaker. So in this puzzle, we have all of these lines, and we don't know what the lines are, but there's a few options for what the lines could be. The lines could be Renbon, which you should be very familiar with. So it is possible that this line goes 4, 5, 6, like that. Probably not, though. There is also the parity confetti flavor, which means that all the digits on the line, A, don't repeat, and B, have the same parity. So we could make that a 6 and that an 8, for example. And then the other option is German Whisper, which means that along the line, the digits differ by at least 5. Okay. Oh, and the brown lines are just also lines, but they're just to make it clear what goes where. Okay, so this can't be a German Whispers line. So it is either a Renbon or it is a parody. Okay, so the way I'm going to color this is going to be purple for Renbon, yellow for, green for German Whispers, and yellow for Parody Party. So this one certainly is not a German Whispers line, because if it was, I would need to put a 9 in 2 places. So it is either a Parody Party or a Renbon. Okay. Now, this one can never be a Parody Party line, because if it was a Parody Party line, it would need to have 5 odds on it, and it can't. So this is a Renbon, which, oh, sorry. This also is not a Renbon, I should say, because this is also not a Renbon, because if it were a length 5 Renbon, it would have to have a 5 on it. So this is a Whispers line. That's the only option for it. Some people are telling me I didn't read the rules right. Parody Party, the digits have to have the same parity. Okay, and they have to form a consecutive list. So it's basically a Renbon with difference 2. So I could, on a Parody Party line, sorry, I was thinking I could just do that, but I can't. But I can do that, right? This is a valid parity party line. I'm pretty sure. I don't think they have to be. It says in consecutive. I don't think it says they have to be in order. Okay. This is not a Renbon. And it's not a Renbon because if it was a Renbon, the digits on it would be 2, 3, 4, which would eat up a total of 3 low digits from the box. And I definitely can't have a German Whispers with 1 low digit and 4 high digits. So this is a parity party line. So those are not, sorry. Okay, so here's our parity party. So these are even, and they are from 2, 6, 8. But it actually could go either way, I think. But I probably, if I think about this German Whispers, can convince myself that that's not true. Uh, so because of that, there's only... Yeah, so what are my low digits? My low digits left in the box... Oh, wait. Sorry, no, that's nonsense. I definitely use a 6, though. Which is a little bit unfortunate because 6 is the digit I would like to be on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is 5 long, and C's a 5, so it's not a Renbon. So this is either a Whispers line or a Parody Party line. Do I know which one? Let's see. And yeah, Chad is pointing out, and I was going to hear this has a 5 on it. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely a Renbon. Because it has a 5 on it, so it's not a German Whispers line. And there aren't 7 digits of the same parity in the box, so it has to be a Renbon. Which means that these here are from 1, 2, 8, 9. Which sure looks German Whispersy as a start to a line. Oh, these can't be, never mind. These can't, for the same exact reason I said for this one, they can't possibly be a parody party line because they would have to all be odd, and there's a 5 in the row. Never mind, never mind. But these are 1, 2, 8, 9. That I stand by. Okay. Has to be a 5 in this column somewhere. And whichever one it is, it's not on a... That's probably a good idea, actually. Ranksk has a good suggestion, which is instead of using yellow for Parody Party, use blue and orange for Parody Party, based on whether it is even or odd. So I know that these are even, for example. Let's see. I don't think I know anything about this line yet. Why does this have to be 1, 9? So, people in chat are seeing this, and I don't believe it because the 6 in this row has to go... Oh, the 6 has to go there or there. Oh! Yes, yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, chat. Because the other option... Sorry, my brain had not fully processed this. Okay, yeah. So The other option would be that this Renbon was, say, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but that's going to be a big problem because that's going to leave me a 1, 2 here, and I definitely cannot put a 1, 2 here. So, in fact, actually, I agree with chat after some contemplation and coercion that yes, this has to be a 1, 9 pair, which now actually places the 6 in the row. So this is our first digit. That has to be the 6. Digit dance. Because wait, no, no, is it not really a digit? Oh, 6 could be in blue. Sorry, 6 is in blue because it's 4. 4 is the correct question. Sorry, 4, not there. You knew what I meant. That's the 4. That's the 6. Because 4 and 6 can only go next to a 1 or a 9 on a German Whispers. And they can't go there because it would have to go next to 2 1s and 9s. Okay. So better, slightly. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We have restored normality, hopefully. Okay, so we need a 3 and a 7 in this line. And you can only make a 3 or a 7 work if it's next to two things, if it's next to a 1 9. So 3 7 goes there, and 3 7 goes here. And these are 1 2 8 9. So that means that these are 2 8 in some order. Let's see, column 1 now has a 4 and a 6. Okay, so that is an excellent point, Listesh. So now that 4 and 6 are lopped out, I can't make this a Renbon. So this has to be either a really long parody party. In fact, it would be an odd parody party. Or another German Whispers. Okay, so we have a virtual 2-8 pair in this box now. And so the things left are a 1 9 and another 3 7. Oh, and the other 3 7. Oh, the other 3 7 has to go next to. The other 3 7 has to go next to a 2 8. No, no. The other 3 7 has to go at this end. Okay. All right. This has to be a 3 7. Hear me out. I need to put a 3 7 in this box somewhere. If I put the 3 7 here, it needs to live next to a 1 9 and a 2 8. But that's the 2 8 it wants to live next to. So this is a 3 7. Oops. Or a red green. Take your pick. So this is a 1 9. Because the 2 8s are gone. Why can't row 2, column 9, row 2, column 9, be a 3 7? This couldn't be a 3 7 because it would have required. Wait, why couldn't that be a 3 7? Did I screw up? It's very possible I screwed up. Yeah, I think I agree. I think Jay is right. That this could have that this Okay, now Chad is trying to convince me that I was right before. I have no idea if I was right or not. Uh, 3 and 7 have different hyloity. Uh, well, I mean, I'm not debating. I don't think anyone's arguing with me about box 1. I think people are arguing, why did I put this 3, 7 here? I think box 1 is fine. Uh, okay, so... But I think this 3, 7 could be over here. So I think this is... Sorry, I think this is actually 2, 8, 3, 7, and this is 2, 8, 3, 7, I think. Yeah, but this I think was all fine. I couldn't put 2, 3, 7s over here. Uh, yeah, I could not put 2, 3, 7s over here because I couldn't put them there and there. So yeah, I think. Well, row 2 column 3 does have to be a 3, 7. I can't put 2, 3, 7s over here. There's no universe in which that happens. Uh, uh, are we questioning whether this is the? I feel like you have to put 2, 3, 7s in this row. There are two of them, and you can't put them both. You can't put them both on this line because the only place you could conceivably do it is here, and now your 3, 7s are the same parity. Okay, so this now can't be a parity party line anymore because there are two 2/8s in this box. So this is either a Whisper or a Renbon. Uh, Now that would be a lot of Whisper, but I don't think I can immediately rule out that this is a Whisper because I do have some 1/9s left in the box, maybe, possibly. Okay, so oh wow, that is genius, Barbie. I am impressed with that observation. This always has a Barbie maybe saw this in a much smarter way than I was about to explain. Uh, but yeah, this has a 4 on it just by Sudoku. So let's see. So can this possibly be a Whispers? If it's a Whispers, it would go 4, 1, 9, 3, 7, 2, 8 would be fine, I think, maybe, possibly. Maybe this line breaks it. I don't think I know anything about high-lowness yet. Uh, okay, so if this were... Okay, let's imagine if this is a Renbon with a 4 on it and an 8 on it. That just doesn't work, right? Because 4 and 8 are too far apart. So the only way that this works as a Renbon is if this is a 2 and it's got a 4, but then we've got to go 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced this can't be a Whispers, but I'm now worried about the fact that I'm going to eat up all the lows from the box if I make this not a Whispers. Let's see. Okay, so the... Okay, in column 1, the short can't be a Renbon. Okay, and this is going to be... This is, I think, an observation where we have to think about both possibilities. Either this is eating all the rest of the odds. Oh, this can't be a parity party anymore because of this 3, 7. Uh, this 3, 7 is odd. So the only way this could have been a parity party is if it was a bunch of odd digits that were consecutive, but there aren't enough odd digits that are consecutive. So this just is a Whisper. Uh, without a 4 or a 6 on it. Uh, well, while you're on your brother's laptop, go ahead and subscribe. So on another account. So let's see. Okay, so now this uh can now argue, can this not be, well, this definitely has a 5 on it now because there's no other way. And so what can this be to have a 5 on it? Well, it can't be a Renbon anymore. So this is a parody party, and it's an odd parody party. And so this is from 357. Okay. So that is very nice. Okay, so we've got a 357 triple. Yes, Listesh. I also read the rules and did not read that. And then fortunately, chat was all talking about something about how they had to be consecutive, and I was going back to reread the rules. Uh, Despite making lots of puzzles with complicated rules, I really do not read rules very well. Let's see. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 is what's down here. Our friends, our frenemies from Carousel have returned. Uh, so we can look forward to their return. Okay. So can I squeeze? Yeah, this could be 4, 5, 6. Uh, so okay, so we're back to trying to convince ourselves that this really can never be a Whispers line, which I really believe, uh, but I want to super convince myself. Okay, so if this is an 8, those are okay. So this has to do something with parity. Okay, so if this is an 8, then the 3, 7. Well, then the three's around it. So this is a 7. And so this is a 9. Oh boy, this is confusing me. Uh, okay, what's the easiest way to see this? Uh, yeah, let's make, instead of thinking about that, let's punt and go with Listesh's point that this definitely has a 5 on it. And so it is a odd parody party or a Renbon. That's not Renbon. That's Renbon. There's no way that there's a 1 on the brown line in box 3. So if this is a 1, I agree. What if that's a 1? Why can't this be a 1? I would really like to prove this has to be a Renbon, but I'm still confusing myself trying to prove it. Uh, okay, So this is definitely not a 1, 2, 3, 4 Renbon. Because if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 Renbon, then neither of these can be low, and then we've way broken the world. Let's see. If this is a... So... So there can't be a 1 on here if... there can't be a 1 on here if it's a Renbon. If it's a Whispers, then if I try and put a 1 on it, what happens? Okay, so I'm just going to try and write out what happens if this is a Whispers. So if this is a Whispers, that has to be the 4. Then this is the 9. That's an 8. And this is a... this is some other unspecified low digit. It is a something. Okay, but we've now forced this to be a 1. So this is an 8. Because it's the only thing it can be. This is a 7. And so this would have to be the 3. That's the 3. That's the 9. That's the 2. And so now it's supposed to surround the 8. Okay, the 3 here. The 8 is now being surrounded by 3 2 3s. Gotcha. Okay. So if this is an 8, okay, so here's the punchline. Let me try and communicate what on earth I was supposed to see here that I did not see. If this is an 8, these are 2 and 3. So the only digit that can possibly go here if this is an 8 is a 1. But if this is a 1, now that's a 9. Now that's... Okay, yes. So now that's a 9, but I need a 9 to go with the 4. Whew, okay. I see it now. Okay, yes. So the 4 is ultimately what breaks. Okay. The 4 with the 9, because I need a 9 in 2 places, and I can't have a 9 in 2 places. So it's not a Whisper. Okay. So now it's got a 4 on it. Can it also have an 8 on it? No, because 4 and 8 are too far apart. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 5. That's too many. So this is a 2. So there is a 3 here. So that's going to come over and see that that's a 7. So that's a 1. Well, we already placed a 4 on here by Sudoku ranks, so it could not be 8, 7, 6, 5. That was how I knew it was not 8, 7, 6, 5. So yeah, so sorry, so this is an 8 or a 9. This is a 3. So this is an 8, 9 pair. So that's a 2. So there's a 2 down here. So I certainly need an 8 or a 9. Oh, I need an 8 or a 9 down here, because I'm not putting an 8 or a 9 over here, and I need 2 8 9s in the row. So I'm putting an 8 or a 9 down here, but it's not a 9. So I'm putting an 8 down here, and this is a 9, and that's an 8. So... Yep, got there, Barbie. Let's see. So now 7 we've got. Okay, 6. There's no possible way I get to a 6 on here. Still too far away. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's too many. So there is a 6 over here. So this is 2, 6, and 8. And so this has got to be 3, 4, 5, just because that's all that's left. I think some people were able to see that really easily in their heads, which definitely I was not. But good kudos to those people who saw that. So these aren't 2 or 3, they're 7 or 8. But that one, yeah, this has got to be the 1, and that's the 9. So there we go. Okay, so the triple up here is 3, 5, 7. Okay, so then these I'm just going to write in because I'm going to need them later, but I'm not going to need them now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I think we've done all we can do over here for now without thinking more about other lines. Okay, so let's look at what that does down here. Yeah, there's a few options here for what this could be. I don't think this can be parody party anymore. Because if this is a parody party line, then we've got to go 5, and we can't go to 3, so we've got to go 5, 7, 9, but we can't. So this is a Renbon. Is it going to turn out this is the only parody party line in the puzzle? By the way, that's not 7. No one in chat saw that. I'm certain. That's not 7. So we've got to go to at least 6 now because we can't go down to 3. So we've got to go 5. We could go to 4. And so there has to be a 6 on it. And so this is either going to be 5, 6, 7 or 4, 5, 6. So I can go ahead and write these 4, 5, 6, 7 if we want. Let's see. So that's quite interesting. This is a very cool puzzle, by the way. This has been very smooth so far. Let's see. So yeah, so there's got to be a 1 in here somewhere and a 2. Okay, so that's helpful to note. So in this column, we need a 1 and a 2. And so what that means is this is not a 1 or a 2, so it's an 8 or a 9, and that fixes the German Whisper. Like that. So that is gorgeous. So let's see. So I want to think about this line. It has a 1 or a 2 on it. I'm trying to decide if this has a 1 on it, can this possibly be a parody party? It definitely can't be a parody party if it has a 2. But I think it could go 1, 7, 9, or 9, 7, put it in the different order. Oh, no, it can't. It can't. Because if this, yeah, okay. So this cannot be parody party. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, the setup of this is amazing, just the geometry of this line. And it makes me think that this has to be intentional. So, this digit as Barbie points it out, sees this entire thing. So this can't be Parody Party. So this is either Whispers or Renbon, as all good lines are. So now it also can't be Renbon for exactly the same reason. Because the 3-5 sees the whole thing. And so a length 5 Renbon with a 1 or a 2 on it would necessarily have a 3 and a 5 on it. So it is another Whisper line. Now, one consequence of this is that these can't both be 1 and 2, because that would be very broken on a Whisper. So this cell is a 1-2. Okay, so yeah, this is 1, 2, and something high. Let's actually look at this. Yeah, so what is the something high it goes with? The something high it goes with is going to have to be a 7. So these are from 1 to 7. Because 7 is the only high digit that is allowed to exist in this column outside of here, because 6 is included here. So this is not a 7. So this is a 4, 5, 6 triple. Which conveniently those are all consecutive. So we'll note that. So now the question is, okay, so one of these is a 7. And so the 7 can't be here, because if this was a 7, I would need to put a 1, 2 here, and it can't be a 1 or a 2. So that's not the 7. So that's the 7. And so we'll go ahead and try and highlight every other term on this. So these are high. 6, oops. They're from 6, 7, 8, 9. These are low. It's from 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but I can do way, way, way better than that because it's next to a 7, so it can only be a 1 or a 2. This one's next to a 7, so it can't be a 7. This can't be a 9. Let's see. So we've got our 1, 2 pair here. That's also a 1, 2. So those two digits are the same digit. Whatever. Okay, so what's left in the box? We've got our 1, 2. We need a 4, a 6, an 8, and a 9. Okay. So, let's see. Shall we play our game of proving that this can't be a parody party line somehow? It would have to have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 on it. Is there one of those that obviously can't go on here? Oh, it's too long. It's 6 long. I miscounted the length of this over and over again. So this is again a Renbon or a Whisper, because you can't have a length 6 parody party. Now, it being a Renbon would be awfully tough because of this Renbon, I think. Yeah. So this cell, this 4, 5, or 6, sees all but this cell. And so a 6 cell Renbon would need to have 4, 5, and 6 on it. So this, if this is going to be a Renbon, that digit goes here on this Renbon. Oh, no. No. So, wait. Sorry, so this would not just be any old Renbon. This would be a Renbon with a 1 or a 2 on it. So this would go, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or something. It looks to me like it's just plausible that this could be a 5 or a 6 and go there, and then this could be 2, 3, 4, 5. I So I think this can just be a Renbon. I think it probably isn't. But I don't think I can prove that it can't be. Uh, yeah, it looks to me like it just barely fits. But uh, okay, so Barbie says this line has to be a Renbon. Okay, so why can this not be a parity party? What happens if this is parity party? Then all of these digits have to be even. So this would go 2, 8. Oh, yep, that's a problem. The 4 is on it. Uh, that's the point. The 4 is on the sigma. And so this is definitely a Renbon because it can't be parity party because the parity would have to be odd. So this has a 4 on it and a 5. Let's see. So it doesn't have a 9 on it, interestingly. So the 9 in this box has to be in one of these two cells only. Because I can't get from 4 to 9. So oh, why is it not a whispers? I think I didn't really think about that at all. So why is it not a whispers? It has to have a 4 on it somewhere. The 4 would have to go there or there. But as soon as the 4 goes there or there, it needs a 9 that would clash with this 9. So sorry, you're completely right. I didn't think about it at all. So you are completely right to ask. But as it happens, I was right. It's a Renbon. Okay. Let's see. So, yeah, it can't have a 1 on it because then it would eat up both 1 and 2. So that means it has to have a 6 on it. Listash is all over this. So that means that's not a 6. That's a 7 or an 8. Uh, Now it can't have an 8 on it, of course, uh, because then it would eat up both 7 and 8. Uh, so the 8 is in one of these three cells. Yeah, we already know it doesn't have a 9 on it. The 9s are pencil marked here. So the 9 is down here somewhere. We could pencil mark that as well if we want. So row 7, column 3 can't go in row 6, column 4. Wow. Wow. Beautiful spot. Okay. So we were holding on to the faintest hope that maybe this would turn out to be the good kind of line, a Renbon. But it can't be, regrettably, because the only way that worked, because this is a length 6 line, it would need to have a 4, 5, and a 6 on it. This cell is a 4, 5, or 6, so the only place it could show up is there. But this can't be a 4, 5, or 6 anymore. So by sheer beauty, this is not a Renbon. Okay, great spot, Carl. So this now is a Renbon, so we can, sorry, this now is a Whispers. So these are from 1, 2, 3, 4. So in particular, that one's not a 9. These are from 6, 7, 8, 9. Take 2. These are from 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Uh, let's see. This one can't be a 6 because it's in a box that's got a 6. Uh, this looks like it could be a 4. This one definitely can't be a 6, though, because it would put a 1 on both sides. This can't be a 4 because it would put a 9 on both sides. And that looks... Oh, this can't be a 1 because there's a 1 in the column. Oops. It's a 1 in the column looking at it. This can't be a 4 because there's a 4 in the column looking at it, which would have been a good thing to see. Once this can't be a 1 anymore, this can't be a 6 anymore. We have a 1, 2, 3 triple now in the row, which is interesting. Oh, yeah, okay, yep, good point. Listesh is completely correct. If this were a 7, the only things it could go with would be a 1 and a 2, but that's a problem because that's a 1, 2. So that's not a 7. So that's an 8, 9. That is a good spot. Oh, and T is pointing out that this 9 looks down and sees that that's an 8. So I could just write that in and not debate whether it could be a 7 or not. So let's see, that's not an 8. That's now a 7. So this isn't a 7. Let's see. Ah, yes. And so now because this is a 7, we know exactly what's on the Renbon. Listesh is, again, all over it. Because remember we said there can't be a 1 on it, so it can only be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all that can be on this Renbon. So this is a 1 now. So that's a 2, that's a 1. And now the things that are left off are an 8 and a 9. So this is also an 8 or a 9. So so this isn't a 6 anymore because it's now next to a 2. So this is an 8 or a 9. So that gives us an 8, 9 pair in the row, which is interesting. So there's definitely an 8 or a 9 on this somewhere. Let's see. Box 5 can't be 6, 8, 9. I'm not sure what we're talking about. Let's see. Row 7, column 4 is not a 1. Oh, yes, it is not a 1 for the reason that there is a 1 above it. So that gives us a 2, 3 pair. So good catch. Good catch, Carl. So that is now, this is a 1. So that's a 2. Let's see. I see an it has both 8 and 9, but I'm not sure what the it is that we're talking about. I'm confident we will find it. Box 4. Hey, Panthera, welcome. I am in my 16th hour of streaming in these 2 days, so this has been quite an experience. Row 5 line. Okay, so we're looking carefully at what can go on this, I think. Let's see. So it now has an 8, 9 pair. Oh, because there's an 8, 9 pair in the box. Okay. Hallelujah. Okay. So we got there. We got there. Okay, so there was an 8-9 pair in this box that I did not see for however long. So there's an 8 and a 9 over here. Uh, and so that tells us immediately that this is not a parody party line. And so this is either a Renbon or a Whispers. And we'll probably know very shortly which one it is. Has the next stream been scheduled yet? The next stream has not yet been scheduled. It'll probably be next Saturday, but you might get one earlier than that. So you never know. So okay. And it can't be a Renbon line because there's no 7 on it. And an 8-9 would need a 7. Good catch, chat. Dashing my hopes of a Renbon line yet again. So the 8 and 9 can't go next to each other. So the 8-9 can't go in the middle. So we have these two just are an 8-9 pair. Let's see. This has to be a 3 now, because that's the only digit that's left in the row that can go between them. So that's a 5, that's a 3. And so this can be from 1, 2, 3, 4, except it's not a 3, because there's, well, a lot of reasons why it can't be a 3. Okay. Let's see. The 2 is getting pushed into a not too small number of places over here. Where is the 7 in this box? The 7 in this box is down here somewhere. It's not immediately helpful. The brown line can't be a Renbon. Yes, it can't be a Renbon because of this 7-9. That is beautiful. Okay, so the T points out this can't be a Renbon because this 7-9 sees the whole thing. That is gorgeous. Okay, so this is either a parody party or is either a parody party or a Whispers line. I don't know which yet. Let's see. I have a 7-8-9 triple in this column somehow. So that's not a 9. Let's see. Oh, Barbie is suggesting I look at 8 in column 8. So the 8 in column 8 is not in this box because this box has an 8-9 pair in it. It's not there. So the 8's down here somewhere. Let's see. Let's update some pencil marks here. So that's not a 7 anymore. That's not an 8 anymore. I was hoping that that would do a little bit more than it did, I'll be honest. Let's see. The 8's down here somewhere. Don't see a lot going on here. Okay, so that could still be a 4. Okay, so box 7 has a 4, 5, 6. And so Lestesh is saying because box 7 has a 4, 5, 6, this can't be a Whispers. Okay, so let's look at that. So 1, 2, and 3 are gone in the row. So the only thing I could possibly do if I wanted to make this a Whispers would be to make this a 4 and a 9. And so it would have to go 4, 9. And then a low digit here, and then an 8, 9 here. but let's look at 4, 5, 6 in this row. Because 4, 5, 6 can't go here. And so 4, 5, 6 actually is a hidden triple in the row. That's a 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now, as soon as you know that because this is a hidden triple in the row, you need 2 of 4, 5, 6. The only way this possibly works is if this is a parity party line. So this is a blue parity party line. So this is a 4, 6. That's an 8. That's a 2. So that's going to give us, that's a 5. This is going to be a 7 or a 9 to finish the row. I don't know which one. These aren't 5. Let's see. Okay. Looking up and over, that's not a 2 anymore. That is a 9 now. Oh, this should still be half green. So what's going on in this row now? Let's empty out some of this. So that's not a 2 or a 3 or a 5. That's better. Let's see. Good on that. That 8 sees up here that that's a 7, and that's an 8. I'm hearing something about 8s looking into box 2. Oh, this 8 is looking at that 8. Okay, so that's not an 8. So that is an 8. Good. Thank you. Let's see. 8 in box 2. Okay, just got the 8 in box 2. This is an 8-9 pair here. So this is 7, 8, 9 already gone. These aren't 3. So, yeah. Okay, what is down here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 in column 9, I am being requested to think about. It's not there. It's either there or it is there. This is the only place. Okay, so good spot. Hidden 2 in column 9. So that is our little 2 for the column. 7 in box 3 looks down. Yes, it does. Thank you. So that's a 7. These aren't 7. Let's see. Okay. 9 in box 3. Yep. That's not a 9, so that's a 9. Is that the last 9? No, it is not quite the last 9. We have, in fact, several more 9s to feng shui into the grid. Okay. So we have 2 more of these things to figure out. Oh, there's a 1, 4, 6 triple in column 9. That is a good point. Okay, so that's not a 4. So this is a 3 or a 5. And let's write in the candidates for the rest. So 3, 5, 7 is what's left in the column. Are we going to get absolutely nothing out of 3, 5, and 7? Okay, that's not a 3. I can say that much. Oh, that's not a 3 either, for that matter. But I think this can still be anything. 5 can't be on that line in row 9. Oh, you mean 5 can't be anywhere on here? not sure I see what's going on yet with that. Remaining 4 cell line can't be a Renbon. So 4 or 6 is gone from this. So if this wanted to be a Renbon, it would have to be... Okay, so... Wait, yeah, both 8 and 2 are locked off of this. So that would mean that if this were a Renbon, it would be coming from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But you'll notice that of those, I'd need a 4 and a 6 always, and I can't have a 4 and a 6. So this is not a Renbon. This is either an odd parity party, or it is a Whispers. Okay, now I'm going to write in candidates for this cell because there aren't that many of them, and it is an interesting consideration. Interestingly, this can nominally be a 6, but it can never actually be a 6. Because if it tried to actually be a 6, it would be either on a Whispers line or an even parity party line, which is not okay. So this is at most 5. And it could be... It can't be 4 for the same reason. If it were 4, it would be on either an even parity party, which is wrong, or it would be in the middle of a German Whispers line, which is also wrong. So it's not a 4. It could be a 3. It's not a 2. It could be a 1. Oh, and it's not a 3 because there's a 2-3 pair in the box. So in fact, this is limited to a 1 or a 5. So if it's a 5, of course, that makes this a parity party line. Which would have to have a 9 here. Let's see, so 5 and 9. So it would have to be a 7 on it here exactly. So it would have to go 5, 9, 7. And this would have to be a 3. Which is annoyingly all possible. Oh, it's not all possible because of this. Oh, Lord. Okay, so... Wow. Wow. Okay, so this 3, 5, 7 is lopping off the possibility that this is a parity party line. Because if you have a parity party line, you can think of this as like a Renbon, but only on 5 digits. And so your Renbon on 5 digits of length 4 always includes the middle 3. And the middle 3 would be 3, 5, and 7. So this is not a parity party. It's a Whisper line again. And so as soon as this is a Whisper line, it doesn't have a 5 on it. This is a 3 or a 4. So this is an 8 or a 9, but it's not an 8, so it's a 9. This is a 7 or a 6. I don't think I know which one yet. Okay, and so now that's not a 9. Okay, so what's left in the box? We still have a 4, a 5, and a 6 and a 7. Not a 4, there's a 4-6 pair in the box. I'm not sure what we're talking about. I definitely don't think there's a 4-6 pair in this box, but I suppose I could be wrong. Oh, in box 9. In box 9. Okay, yes, this is a 3 because there's a 4-6 pair. Okay. That's a 3. Good. Okay, so now looking at this. So thankfully, we know this can't be a Whisper line. So we've had enough Whisper lines. So this is either a parity party or a Renbon. So it is either... Well, it can't be a parity party for even. Because if it was a parity party for even, it would have to be 4-6, which would break this cell. So it's either a 5-7 for the parity party, or it's a Renbon, which has like any combination of these digits on it. Oh, but interestingly, this definitely has a 4 on it. And so because this definitely has a 4 on it, it can't be a parody party. It has to be a Renbon. It definitely has a 4 on it just because of Sudoku plus the column. So that's a 6 because there's a 4 on this. So this is not a 6. In fact, the 6 is placed here. That's a 4. Now this really is a Renbon. And this is a 4-5 Renbon. So that's a 7. So that 7 is going to look up here and see that. This 3 is going to look over here, which gives us an 8-9 pair, which is going to give us a 3 there. Let's see. What's left? Oh, this 9 sees over that that's an 8. So that's a 9, that's an 8. That's a 9, that's an 8. That's a 9. Let's see. There's a 6 down there now, so that's a 2, that's a 6. There's a 3 and a 2, and that 3 sees up, that's a 5, that's a 3, that's a 7. We are in very good shape on a lot of this Sudoku stuff anyway, so these aren't 6. So they aren't 3 either, so they're from 2, 4, 5. That one's not a 2, that one's not a 2. This one... Oh, that one's not a 2 either. So 2 is actually placed, it can only go there. There's a 4, 5, 6 triple, so 3 goes there. Okay, 4, 6 pair, 4, 6 pair. See, this box is done. So yeah, looking all over there. Down here, this isn't a 3 anymore. So it is a 5 or a 7. That's a 5, 7 pair, which looks up to see that that's a 3. So that's not a 3. Let's see, what's going on now? What's left in this row? Still need a 1, 4, 5, 6, and not a 7, 8, or 9? Yep. I may know absolutely nothing about any of those digits, actually. Let's see, 8 in box 9. Yep, 8 in box 9 is there. Thank you, chat. Let's see, what all is left in this box? We still need a 1. Oh, and the 1 goes there even. We don't need a 2. We don't need a 3. We don't need a 4. Oh, and we still need a 5 and a 7, I guess. Yeah, this is a gorgeous puzzle. Let's see. This is from 4, 5, 6, 7. I really like ambiguity puzzles usually. I think they're a lot of fun. So that's not a 1. That's a 6. There we go. That's a 1. From the column, that 1 sees up. So that 1 sees down. That's a 4. So that's a 6. That's a 4. This 4 sees over, so none of those are 4s. That's a 5, 6 pair, so that's a 1. This... Okay, that's not a 4 either. Oh, that's not a 4 either. That's a 5, that's a 4. That, this 5 sees that's not a 5. Oh, sees that's a 7, that's a 5. That 7 sees up, that's a 6, that's a 5, that's a 6, that's a 4, that's a 5, that's a 7. And that's a 5, that's a 4, that's a 6, and that's a 4. Woohoo! That is a gorgeous puzzle.